Oh, wait, what, what, what's going on? It's nighttime, but there's still people outside. What? 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 What the fuck? Hey everyone, ToneGeek here, back with another ToneGeek's Pokémon White adventure episode. On the last episode, we ventured off to the eastern parts of Univar, starting off Route 11 and working our way through the village bridge and getting here to Lakuda Matata Town, as I will always refer to it as, but it's actually Lacacia. Fuck, I could still even be ballsing that up. Anyway, in this episode, well, that's what we did in that episode. In this episode, we are pretty much still where we were. As you can see, everyone is inside their houses now, as I stated in that last episode. And I'm probably gonna get interrupted. Yep. And with that interruption over with, anyway, here on Route 12, I didn't find all these trainers here, so I guess I'll do that for a bit. Just fight them, do some stuff. That's pretty much about it. I mean, there is nothing else much to it, really. It's a level 64 Patis. You know something has gone terribly, terribly wrong in your life when you're fighting a level 64 Paris and you don't even kill it. That's terrible. Terrible. But otherwise, it's a beautiful night to go out battling Pokemon. Actually, it's kind of a beautiful night right now, because surprisingly enough, I'm actually recording this at night. It's like one of the rare occasions where I actually record not during the day. Simply put, because my parents are out of town. Party! No, not really. If I had friends, then maybe, but yeah, they've gone off to some caravanning place thing. It's like a roadshow or some crap with my stepfather's relative and such. And I don't know, I was getting easily distracted by noises outside. I'm scared. Holy shit, it's got Psychic? Oh wow, and I wasn't screwed from that. And it sounds like the dog's growling now downstairs because it heard the same exact noises that I had, probably. Yeah, like I was saying, because basically I live in a semi-detached house, is the correct term, right? When the houses are adjoining at the walls with another house. That's right. Anyway, so that's pretty much where that's the grand design. See, look, male Combi. I'm gonna keep bitching and moaning about this. I won't. It's not that big a deal. Oh, I just have terrible luck and keep constantly running into male Combis. I mean, that didn't happen in the last episode, but I stated that's what happened in my original playthrough of the game. Anyway, where was I? So yeah. So because usually because obviously it's a semi-detached house, and if that is the correct term, I don't know. But yeah, because it's a pretty small house then, because obviously it's a house and it's joined with another house and what. And it's not like one of those like big ass houses in America and whatnot. So I kind of really can't record at night on the off chance that I'm sometimes very nocturnal and I'll be up during nighttime. And so I usually end up making a lot of noise just banging about. when usually all I'll do is just move my chair back and forth like this. And you probably couldn't hear that over the video game audio, but apparently that's enough to piss off my mom and, like, be like, oh, I couldn't get that much sleep because you're banging about and such. And also I should apparently be very concerned about the neighbors, because my room is next door to a house that also has a room. And, ooh! Wow, this guy has an awesome Pokemon that I'm going to completely wreck. And I actually have in my, in this game. I transferred it over from Diamond. And it's Railu. So yeah, nothing new. Railu. Anyway. Yeah, so apparently I need to... She's always making a big deal of it. It's like, oh, think about the neighbors, there's a little girl in the next room. Even though I don't think she actually knows if there is. I'm pretty sure there is a little girl that lives next door, obviously. She's pissed off my dog before by making him bark, so... Yeah. But that hasn't stopped them before from, like, 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm usually up on the computer, and I hear the girl kind of making noise, like, shouting like a tiresome little 5-year-old does. Or the occasional times when I hear feminine moaning sounds, and yeah, it's very awkward. Anyway, quickly moving on. That's pretty much that scenario in a nutshell. So yeah, it's only about 11:15 at night, so it's not that big a deal. And we're fighting a lot of Hoenn-based Pokemon, which is awesome, because, of course, I love Hoenn. It's my favorite region ever. Yeah. It's also a full moon tonight, which is also pretty elusive. Yeah, I'm just trying to make small talk. So hey, how's your day been? Oh really? That's nice. My day... Let's see, waking up at about 7 in the morning, because I had to feed the animals, because I have a dog and a cat, which if you've seen the Sunny Days video, you would know about. And, yeah, because, you know, feeding them is very important. Also, I had to clear up the dog's piss, because he pisses inside the house, because it was raining yesterday, and he doesn't like going out in the back garden when it's raining, or if there's just the slightest inch of water on the ground. So that was expected. At least it wasn't crap. I mean, there's times where I've had to clear that up as well, but... And I had to feed them, feed myself, and I kind of fell asleep for a bit when I was... because I was listening to Rooster Teeth podcast, like I stated in the previous episode, and I was listening to that, and I was under the covers because I was still a bit tired, and then I must have fallen asleep because I can't really remember listening to the other half of that podcast. Did a bit of drawing. I doodled some stick figures and a kitty cat, and there was no kitty cat, sadly. It's a shame. This person's called Ethel. And then I think that's pretty much my day. Just the occasional going downstairs, making a cup of coffee. That's all I ever seem to drink nowadays. It's now just once in a lifetime where I actually have tea. But the coffee helps, really, just to try and wake me the fuck up. And then again, you know, I usually have kind of usually a teaspoon of coffee and a teaspoon of sugar, in case you didn't realize how coffee was made, but I seem to have a bit more sugar than I do coffee, and I tend to have a lot more milk than usual people, because I don't know why, I just always like drinking coffee straight away, and as fast as possible. Swoobats. Double swoobat. All the way across the sky. And you fail me, Gasper. That's actually a surprising thing. I never actually realized. I never thought for a moment that I was gonna use Gasper on my team during time, and it was just one of those spur of the moment sort of things where I was like, it's like, ooh, a hunter, I'll trade you a Medicham for that, because, you know, Medichams were close by Snow Point City, they were in the route just before it. So it kind of made sense, and then I did all the whole then trading back and forth between Soul Silver so I could get it to evolve. And then I was kind of like, well, you know what? I haven't actually had a 6th member yet of my team. I wonder, maybe I could put some use into this Gasper. Or Gengar. It's kind of sad how I didn't get a choice in the matter of naming it, but I guess I may have gone with Gasper at some point in my head, maybe. I can't really. Sometimes I have hard times coming up with nicknames for Pokemon. Like, especially Ralts. Like, freaking Ralts, man. Like, during Emerald, it was kind of hard to come up with a name for Ralts. Like, what would I call the Ralts? What would be a good nickname? And then, for whatever reason, I finally just came up with Sykes as a concept. And then the Ralts during Platinum at the moment, I then obviously called it Bladerus. Well, I originally called it Blade, but then I changed it and added an Erus at the end to make it Bladerus, because of its final evolution Glade. I was actually gonna go with Gladiator, because I was actually contemplating like whether or not I would stick with going with Blade, or I should try something different and go with Gladiator. Because like Glade and Gladiator, because that's what it's kind of based upon, a gladiator sort of thing. But then I thought, nah, it's kind of a bit too. The whole Terminator franchise kind of screwed that whole thing. Like if you add Ader to anything like Pokémonator, just kind of sounds meh. I don't know. That's what I was kind of thinking in my head. Anyway, it's like, I don't know, Gladiator just kind of whatever. I'm finding Kakuna. What the hell? I mean, level 6 Kakunas in Viridian Forest, sure, but not level 63. I mean, what the hell? Anyway, it pretty much does that for Route 12, going back and finding one here. But yeah, it's pretty much my day in the summing up. Oh wait, awesome music. Well, it's not all. Well, it is awesome, but it's also very relaxing. Is what I meant in the way of it. I don't know. I'm just a huge sucker for very peaceful landscapes. You know, like nighttime. It's so intoxicating. Whatever. Just like looking down the street and it being nighttime and so quiet and peaceful. It's very weird like that. Especially considering that I'm also the same person that's usually shouting and swearing when things go terribly, terribly wrong in any game I'm playing. Hey, you gonna face me? Jeez. But Neri! I still need to make an overall kind of stat on like the Pokemon that I've used currently. Because, surprise, surprise, I've actually started recording the first 3 episodes of another adventure series that won't be actually going up for quite some time. Because after I'm through with Pokemon Platinum, I have 2 more projects in mind that I want to do, but I fear I won't be able to complete them because I haven't actually completed them before I started playing them. But I haven't actually completed them. And plus, with this camcorder, especially with these 2 games I have in mind, it's probably gonna look a bit crappy. I mean, I think I've proven that point more often or not. But actually, you would not believe actually how much crappier the quality used to look when I first started uploading videos back in 09 on my other account. Because when I first started out, I was using my phone, which was a Nokia. I think I have it around here still somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Shroomish. It's around here somewhere. It's actually got like a. Here it is. A Nokia K320i. And I was just using that to record because it was pretty useful. But this was a phone we're talking about, so usually what I would do is I would lay my DS on the bed, and then I would have to work one-handed. I would have to be using one hand holding the phone and having to pause it whenever I needed to, and then the other time, and then with the other hand just walking about and whatnot. I originally then got this camcorder. Yeah, I've had this camcorder for almost 3 years now, and it's actually been proving to be reliable. Except for, like, the whole incident with this series where the audio's cut out a few times, but I think that's been mainly my fault, where I've sometimes got a bit angry at god damn it. Well, I've got angry at the game for screwing me. It's not nice when you get screwed by a game. And I kind of smacked my camcorder. But that actually, the episode with Driftwall City and the cold storage thing, that wasn't actually caused by me bitch smacking the camcorder. I don't know what the hell brought that on, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain now. I just can't be bothered. Yeah, it's pretty much that. So yeah, then I got this camcorder, and originally, see, I don't know how best to explain, see, and I go screw things up by accidentally moving the DS. So. Okay, there's trees there, but I can't cut anything. Because we don't have Pokemon with cut. So I have to go get one now. Jeez. Okay, let me try and get my point across. As I forgot about, oh yeah, camcorder. Okay, so this camcorder is a bit bizarre in how I can, no, I don't need to heal, what am I doing? I just want to get this point across. Okay, so this camcorder has a function, okay? Are you clear so far? This camcorder has a function to it. I need to check the moves of my Pokemon so you'll... I need to see who has cut on them. Try and guess the Pokemon by their cries. Okay, so that box didn't help. Okay, I want to try and get my point across. God damn it. Okay, so yeah, this camcorder has a function where it's kind of, I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's got 2 little symbols. It's got a mountain symbol, and then it's got a flower symbol, which I'm supposed to mean it's like outdoors or close up sort of thing, like zoomed in sort of aspects, because it kind of helps, because like when you're like focusing right in on something and you switch it out, it kind of makes things a bit clearer. Okay, but if I leave things on the mountain option, let's just claim it as the mountain option, I guess. If I was just to leave it on the mountain option and record like I am now, then it would be very, very blurry and you wouldn't see a thing. And that's what I used to record like back in the day. Until I actually found out that honestly changing the modes between the flower and that actually made things a lot clearer, and I didn't realize this, and it was kind of annoying me. I was like, how did I only now just find this out? From my brother, he actually found it out, but screw it, I'm just gonna get this freaking troll goon and what's not, yeah, it's called troll goon. I'm just gonna throw him into the party. Anyway, so, and then when I did try it out, it still didn't look right, because when I put it to flower mode, it was like still blurry as heck and it didn't work. So what I found out is that the little switch thing between mountain and flower, I had to kind of get it at a right point. Now it's kind of, so far it's a lot more on the mountain part from what I can see the mountain a bit more than I can the flower. And Troll Goon's gonna get screwed because it's front in my party by a Golbat. Anyway, so I have to get it precise so that the quality is okay, but not very blurry, and sometimes it has been very blurry in the past. Really? Really? Oh, that's right, I haven't fucking taught it. Derp. So, just to sum things up, that's basically how I've now gotten to this point in time where I'm still using the exact same fucking camcorder that I have been using for 3 years now, and it's proven its worth. It's still doing me good, it's getting me by, and here we get a max ether. I'm still surprised I managed to run away from that frickin' Golbat. Yeah, so that's kind of how I showed you before anyway, during a platinum video, like, the kind of way that I record, and it's not the most easiest way of recording, because it kind of hurts my back having to lean forward so much, giving me very bad posture. It's much, I guess it's kind of better than how I actually used to record before I actually had this desk, which was, I would use my bedside cabinet, slash table, I guess, and I would have stacked the DS on top of, I'm trying to remember this now, it was the Borat DVD case, and it's a, I think it's in one of my drawers somewhere, but it's a CD case, but it's one of those, like, Ministry of Sound ones, and it's like, where it has, like, free CDs in them, so it's a bit chunkier, and that's what I originally used for recording, and that's where I used to record, but now I have this desk, and I use 9 or 8 or so sketch pads, because they give it the right height for the camera to fit into place in that, so, just saying. What? Will you fight against me? It's okay, but are you strong? No, I'm not at all strong. Yeah. And this obviously brings me back to the whole point of, like, why I can't play Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days or Recoded as well. Like, there's been a few videos I've uploaded, mainly on the other account, like the ToneGeek account, and where I've just sucked ass at fighting Xion or Riku. Goddamn Riku. Because of, like, I like to hold the DS with my hands fully. But because it's doing a 90-degree angle sort of thing, and it's on a flat-ish surface, it's on a sketchpad, but the sketchpad's quite huge, so, well, not huge, it's freaking A4 size, but I can't get my... It's hard to explain. I don't know. I try. I could probably do a Kingdom Hearts adventure, but it would just be quite bizarre and weird. God damn, have I tried so hard to try and complete 358 over 2 days. I've completed it, but I haven't actually 100%ed it. I've 99.9% completed it. And I'll explain why. Because there's a supposed thing, and I'm still not even sure if it's true, but I'm pretty sure it is that if you complete each mission 100%, like you fill up the mission gauge at 100% on each and every mission, then you can unlock Sora in mission mode. Okay, that was a very weird encounter music, but anyway. And, oh, well, he is an artiste. Yeah, I'm an artist. Why don't I get my own awesome theme? Awesomer than his. Anyway. Fuck, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, so I've been trying to do that, and I've even managed to complete all the getting the emblem shards missions. Because they're very annoying, especially the one in Twilight Town. Because you have to get the shards, and then you have to quickly get to the next shard before the green ring around it completely vanishes. That's apparently how you have to get 100%, because if you don't, and you do collect all of them, then you're gonna be off by like a tiny little pixel. So, yeah. But I did all those. That was awesome. Here we get a Razor Claw. And basically... God damn. And so yeah, I've done all that. But there is one mission that is really putting me in full stops. I'm pretty sure that if I just complete this, I will have completely, actually 100%ed a game, which is really rare for me. Because I've collected all the treasure chests, and I've collected all the emblems, like all the Auto Unities and Unity emblems and whatnot, and yeah. And it's just this one mission, which is the 6 giant Heartless. And that mission alone is annoying. Not because of the 6 giant Heartless. I can defeat the 6 giant Heartless easily. Like, it's not even funny how quickly I could probably get through all 6 Heartless. I may be a bit stupid sometimes and cost me to use up a few of my cures, but fuck, I've put a lot of my magical panels into just cure now because of the optional 7th giant Heartless. This thing looks like it's lost 3 grams on Route 13. I wish I could help it. Yeah, so. Because the 7th giant Heartless... And isn't there a trainer around here? I thought there was a trainer in this area, but okay. But it's Dust Flyer. And Dust Flyer is annoying. Okay, because he's the 7th optional Heartless, Giant Heartless. And in order to 100% that mission, I have to defeat him. And I'm already a bit weird out from having to fight all the other Giant Heartless and whatnot. And then we get to him, and he is annoying as hell. Because he's a cautious, powerful enemy. And yeah, I actually managed to defeat quite a few of the cautious, powerful enemies. Like, the very first cautious, powerful enemy is nearby that you can fight. He's pretty easy now, because he was like right near the beginning of the game, where you would be very low leveled, and you can just come back later on and just completely make work of him. And I've even managed to defeat the Invincible that's in the Aladdin world. Like, when you're placing the device, I've managed to defeat him about twice now, because he's actually pretty dang easy now. But Dust Flyer is a pain. Okay, because I lock onto him, I have to lock onto him, but there's also Heartless around, little tiny Heartless, and they're kind of annoying because I'm pretty sure they're on an infinite spawn. Because I just seem to, I'm sometimes like, oh, I want to defeat all of these guys and get them out the way, but they just seem to keep spawning. And it's not nice. So I just try and focus on Dustfire. Basically, I do this thing where I just completely have to dodge him, like when he does his little nice little earth shock, like shockwave attack. It's like jump up in the air, do some air slashes, air glides through the air, maybe an air kick, maybe some gliding. You know, sometimes dodge him as well. Completely dodged it, muck up the camera again. But no, basically, he does this kind of backflip sort of thing, and it's annoying because, like, sometimes if you're in the right place, that attack will practically nearly kill you, and then you can just hopefully dash off and try and heal. But sometimes his shockwaves can do annoying things to you, like freaking make you heavy, or make you confused, and all the controls are screwed. But sometimes you could be in the completely wrong place, and it will fuck you up. You will literally die from it. Now, of course, luckily this guy is going to give us one of the grams. Gram 1. Okay, but also going up this way will be very important in just a moment. But, like, if you're in the wrong angle, I found this to be annoying a few times, because, like, sometimes he'll do a backflip or whatever, and it will just nearly kill me, and I'll be like, fine, whatever. But then sometimes, straight away, when I start off the battle, he'll do a backflip thing, and it will kill me off instantly, and I have to use up my second chance sort of mechanism, like the auto life. And that just irritates me as hell, because I want to savor that for, like, any opportunity. And there was a time where I'm pretty certain I got him down to the last green bar, and the fucker killed me. And that annoyed me, because it's just so irritating of how long it takes just to kill this guy, or attempt to kill this guy. Like, basically, I'll go in every so often, just try and do a few combos and whatnot, and then I'll just glide off. I'll just glide and wait for the opportunity. If he starts to get ready for his backflip, I'll be like, whoa, I'm the fuck out of there, and just leg it. But what also really annoys me, I love the game. I love Street Fighter 802 Days. I mean, I've heard some people kind of badmouth it as, like, not being so great. Mainly it's been NTom64 from Hellfire Coms, but well, they haven't really badmouthed it. They just not really apparently one of the better games. But I love it. It's one of my favorite. I only own 2 Kingdom Hearts games, that and Recoded, and I love Street Fighter 802 Days. It's my favorite game. No, not on the DS. My favorite DS game is Drawn to Life, but the one annoying thing that I have about the game, like, I love everything about it. The story, even though it's supposed to be focusing more on the organization, but it doesn't really focus too much on the organization. It just focuses more on Roxas, Axel sometimes, and this mysterious girl, Xion. And I'm surprised I've been able to wipe out all these overpowered Magikarps with a Gengar that's nearly dead, but anyway, but yeah, the one annoying thing that I have about the game is when you're in an area where there's the what would you call them? Gateways to another major area. Like, you know, you got these kind of, like, you're in an area, and then you got, like, the different pathways that you have to take, or they'll lead off to different areas. And you go through them, and it's to transition into the next area. It's that simple. Okay, but there are some annoying times, especially this counts for boss fights, or just optional little fights and whatnot, where this actually happened with Dustfire, where, stupidly, I think it was when my controls were all fucked up because of the confusion, and I accidentally was gliding away from Dustfire, and I accidentally left the area, and that completely annoyed me. because when you leave the area and you re-enter, whatever you were fighting, whatever it was, and we got a level up, and that apparently stopped me from being in super awesome low health mode. But yeah, yeah. How many times can I say but yeah? That's the new whatever. And anyway, so it's just really annoying, because then you come back and whatever you're fighting, if it, oh I don't know, happened to be an optional boss that has a lot of HP and takes forever to kill, and you need to kill it in order to 100% the game, its health will be back. It'll reset. And that's what's irritating me about the game, is that sometimes without even just warning, you do a stupid thing, you accidentally too close to a pathway, you get right up next to it, and without even wanting to, you go up through the doorway, and then you're like, fuck. When I re-enter that room, that thing that I was just fighting for the past 10 minutes is gonna gain all its health, and that last 10 minutes where I was whittling down its health was all for nothing. And that actually happened with me with Dustfire, and it screwed me. So sadly I haven't gone back to, I've been trying to like prep for Dustfire, which is bizarre. I've been kind of doing this whole thing, like all the magical panel links and whatnot, I've now kind of just resorted to stocking up with Cure, and Cure-Ga. Because, like, that's the more important thing. I don't care about using Fire-Ga, Thundera, Fungara, and all that kind of crap. I never even use Aero-Ga, or all that kind of whatever. I'm just focusing on the healing magic, because that's what I need, okay? I could just occasionally go over, smack it about a bit, and that sounds very wrong, and then fly off, and then heal, and what have you. So, and I've been doing all that, and I've been trying to grind up, but grinding in that game is really hard to do. Pretty much the only best way of grinding up in that game is by replaying the last 3 or 4 missions in Hollow Mission. Because they give you somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 experience. And of course I have a ring attached that gives experience boost level 2. I know there's the extreme ring, which I have actually got, and it gives you basically you are left with 1 HP, but you get a very high how the hell, okay, I guess I see where I have to go. But you get a very high experience boost. And I tried doing that with Riku, because apparently that's one of the things, because you have to, I read up on it, you have to use a specific Keyblade, and give it, the ability units, ability link things. You do that, and it gives you this stun ability, and you have to do that to Riku, you have to fit him from, going, Super Omega mode. And you have to keep comboing him, stunning him. He'll get a heart scale. And then, you have to just keep willing his health down and whatnot, because you've only got 1 HP. And then I've got the auto life thing as well, so I get a second chance at it. So technically I've got 2 HP. Kind of cheating the system, but... And then... It never works. I get close to him. I usually bring him down to about almost his 3rd or 2nd, or I think once I got him down to his last bar. And, he can completely just screw you over. And in that instant, you're just basically gone. I tried a few times. I was try restarting over and over again, and the game even got to the point where the game was giving me hints, and very useless hints. But anyway, this guy teaches you the ultimate move to starters, like how Infinite knows Blast Burn. Basically, that sort of thing. Yeah, what's he gonna give me today? Oh, Lucky Punch. Thanks. But yeah, so I've tried that, but that hasn't really worked out well, so... I resorted to the ring that gives like only a level 2 experience boost, which really isn't that much. It only like replaying Believe, I think it only gives me about an extra 700 experience, so I don't know. Anyway, here we get another gram, and I keep smacking my camcorder like it's a prostitute or something. I don't know. That's gram 3, and I think, is that one up there for gram 2? I don't know. Yeah, so that's kind of annoying. I've just been resorting to the, I think it's the Zero Keyblade at the moment, with like, with all of the link things filled up with the power panels. Because I need all the strength I can to do a lot of damage. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome Keyblade, because if you attach all 3 ability panels to it and go into mission mode, that's how you get the dual-wielding Roxas. Which, believe me, isn't as awesome as you think. I mean, it is pretty awesome because, I mean, come on, you're fighting as a hood-up, dual-wielding Roxas. But he's not as powerful as he was during the final mission. And we're back to low health. But no, because like, you know when he's fighting the Neo Shadows and like he can kill them off in like 2 hits. Yeah, not so much if you do it in mission mode, or that just using him. It does like a little bit of damage each time with each slash. It's basically like using Lexia's knives. Like, they aren't really that powerful. But it's still pretty awesome just to go roaming around as dual-wielding Roxas. It's kind of funny also fighting off enemies as strong as I am. Like, no joke. Like, it's so funny when fighting against Darksider, because in Recoded, Darksider has about 3 forms, like, or like 3 different forms / stages, like he's a final boss or something, and I can whittle him down pretty easy. I managed to get the speedrunner for the World 1 trophy, because I managed to complete it in about under 5 minutes, and fuck, I don't have anyone with strength, god damn it! But anyway, we're getting close to another city, so I guess I can go there. But yeah, it's just so funny how in 358 over 2 days, I only need to do 2 swipes. Not even kidding, 2 swipes to his hand and he's gone. Like, the fight starts, he's like, oh, I'm about to punch the ground, and some freaking ass little shadows are gonna appear and screw you over. No, they won't, because I'm gonna run over, jump up at your hand, do 2 little swipes, and you're already gone. And yet, apparently, Roxas still ends up nearly getting screwed by him. And then Xion has to jump in, pick up the Keyblade, and slash the thing. But no, I love Street Fighter over 2 days. It's so awesome just playing through that. It's kind of fun playing as, I don't know, I kind of played, during the mission mode, I kind of played as Riku for a bit, because Riku was pretty awesome. You know, this was 40 days before I hated him, because of what a douche he is to Roxas. Fucking asshole, it's like, oh, you can't take on the organization, only Sora can do that. Oh, wait. Roxas is just as powerful as Sora, even more powerful than Sora. Fuck, he kicked your ass! But no, apparently Sora's the golden boy. That's why I'm a Roxas fanboy more than Sora. Also, who the fuck cut Riku's hair? Seriously. Outrage. Outrage! I don't use Dragon Dance that much. But then again, I don't want to use Outrage, because even though it is freaking powerful as hell, I don't like the whole kind of double-edged sword that... No, that it gets confused, so... Forget. Oh, my back hurts. Yeah, so... Also used Mickey a bit. Because Mickey's just funny to play with, and that sounded gross, but especially when you do the dodge roll, because it's just, basically if you just keep pressing Y, it's like he's doing this continuous roll. Literally, then it's hilarious. It's barrels of fun. Yeah. I don't know how I got onto the topic of Kingdom Hearts all of a sudden. Brave Bird! Oh well, there goes Gasper. Be it for me to knew that the Farfetch had Brave Bird. Anyway. I also love Recoded. Recoded is also awesome. Completed that recently. Trying to get a few of the trophies completed. I'm trying to do a few of the speed run worlds. I've completed worlds 1 and 2. I skipped Alice in Wonderland because that one's gonna probably be a bit of a pain. I headed straight to the Colosseum, and I didn't get it because I was kind of dawdling around a bit because I was kind of confused as to where to go. Because in a Colosseum world, it's like this whole kind of maze area, and you have to kind of destroy these blocks, and you have to try and find the portal that will take you to the next layer. And basically I was having a hard time on one layer just trying to find the portal. So I think that's what kind of screwed me out of it. Because I've played the Colosseum, actually. I managed to do the whole 30 level one, and that's how I got the trophies for beating both Rock Titan and Ice Titan. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, so. Because at the moment, I'm trying to get to the 1 HP cheat panel, if you would call it that. Because you need these little chips because there's these chips, if you don't know about the game, that like each one has like +1 to attack, +2 to attack, etc, etc. Like you get a level up and there's level up 1. And like sometimes there's these like 2 different points on the control panel. I don't know why I'm coming up with all these like different terms for them when they're not actually in-game terms, but that will sometimes double those chips. So, and leveling up's kind of bizarre to do in that game as well. I'm not so sure about that game, like the whole like how I would level up in that. So, like the best place for grinding, that is. I think it would be the Colosseum, like going through layers 1 to 30. Because after a while, like layers 16 to 30, the Heartless there do give out like a good chunk of experience. And yeah. But otherwise, I'm just trying to get the trophy chips because they give like +1 to HP, attack, and defense, or or is it HP, attack, and magic? I don't know, something like that. Because I'm trying to get to the 1 HP cheat thing, because I haven't unlocked that yet. Not that I'm probably going to be using that, because given by my whole trying to do the 1 HP thing against Riku in Free Fire over 2 days, that hasn't turned out well, and yeah. But I just want to love the feeling. Yeah, I just want to love the feeling of getting that, so I'm trying to do that. Some of the God, I don't know what they're called. They're the glitch sectors. Like sometimes during the story, there's these like glitches that are caused, and you have to find the source of them. And then there's this hole, and it causes this kind of hole in the computer world. I don't know. And like there's these rewards that you can get if you get a certain amount of SP. Like you can you can get these +5 or +3 to attacks or +2 fire resistance or this sort of things. And there's even one where you can actually unlock a Keyblade via this. But it is gonna be annoying as hell to get, and the batteries on this are going to die, so I might need to switch them around in just a minute. Because I still have a lot more to say. This is actually quite fun. So I think I'll do that right now. So like I was saying, with the whole glitch section in the area, they're really starting to get annoying now, because like the recommended levels are like level 50, level 60, level 80, all that sort of thing. And okay, just take a moment here, because look at this guy. I know my camcorder is pretty crappy, but look at him, okay? I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be facing towards me, because I'm pretty sure he's going around the rock's outline. But he's not. He's just walking on the spot, facing sideways. See, that's weird, but whatever. Don't care. I'll come back for that old lady. Did I fight that old lady? I don't think I did. Anyway, but yeah, so there's some glitch things where the rewards are very useful. Welcome to Undella Town, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty nice place, especially for some of the kind of references and, well, it's got some pretty major things. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? There are some pretty major things. Anyway. But the glitch sections are kind of annoying as hell, okay? Because, like, there's different floors, okay? And each floor there's like a certain challenge, like you have to put a bet on, like 10%. I think it goes like 10%, 30%, and then 50% or something like that. Of like, you start off with like 1000 SP, and then you put a bet on like how much percent of that, and then if you complete that, then it's times by a number usually, and then you get a big reward back. But it's basically like gambling, because God knows there's no more gambling in this game. Oh, come on, what the hell? I thought I was right on top of that rip. I can't get any further. Oh, whatever, it's a memory. So yeah, but sometimes these glitches are a little bit out of my league. Like, sometimes there's some pretty piss easy ones, like, you know, defeat a certain number of Heartless, collect a certain amount of, SP, enter and leave a room in this before this certain amount of time, and I've managed to do those sometimes quite easily. Sometimes they've been a bit annoying, like, you know, destroy a certain number of blocks and you have to face this cube boss that's kind of in the area, and sometimes that'll fail because the bastard will... Oh no, there's one where it's like you have to use your special skill, because each Keyblade you can use, like, there's these different levels, and you use your regular attacks and your commands and build up this gauge to each level. And each Keyblade has its special kind of sort of thing for each level. So like level 1, you get this certain like ability and so on and so forth. I'm using Oathkeeper, which its max level 1's pretty awesome because it gives an experience boost. But there's also this kind of like, you get to a max and then you press A and you can use this special skill that, like, currently my one's Fundara D. It's Link thing, and basically if I hold down A, like, it's lightning, but if I hold down A, more and more lightning will appear and I can move it around the area. And there's other ones as well, like just regular old, like Faith, which is, you don't have to do anything about, it's just these, like, lights that just shoot down and destroy anything that's nearby and whatnot. And there's one like challenge where you have to use that in this on this floor, but the only annoying thing is that the boss is this cube snake. It's literally like it's the old snake from the mobile games, the one like you have to keep moving about to pick up certain food, and it gets longer and longer. The sea! Because it's summertime now, because it's June. Oh, so close to my birthday. So back to Recoded, okay? So there's these really annoying ones, but then sometimes there's, and if you fail, sometimes if you die, then you lose all the experience or SP that you put into that thing, into that challenge, and you're only left with the amount that you had, like, before you died. Like, you can collect SP by destroying enemies in these blocks, these special blocks. Yeah, but there are these, there's even sometimes these viruses that appear. What's that? Oh, Cynthia. Why are you so, Cynthia? Cynthia, he says, huh? Anyway, back to my story, because I really want to get this out here, because I'm a big fanatic of Kingdom Hearts. And, basically, what's the point of this? And there's sometimes these viruses occur, and where they take away all of your SP, and they force you to gamble everything. It's a do or die moment, where if you complete the challenge, you get everything back, and then I think it's either times, or you just get it back, full stop. But there's this, sometimes, I've only encountered these viruses twice, I think, and one of them was really annoying, and one of them was by far designed for people like me. And the challenge was simply put, play at night. Okay? And that was because at first when I saw that, because this was the first time this thing appeared, and I was like, I was a little worried. I was like, oh, what's going on? There's this virus thing. Wait, I'm gonna lose everything if I fail this. What's this play at night? Wait, I don't want to progress into this floor, not knowing what this means. Oh God, what happens? But it's just as the name suggests, play at night. And I think it was it was definitely at nighttime, I know that for sure. It was like, I don't know what time of night it was, but essentially, as long as your DS clock is accurate to what time it is, actually, and you're playing at nighttime, you won't fail. Unless you die, like an idiot, but, yeah. But anyway, at the end of all that, then if you have this certain number of SP that you've gained from betting like 10, 30, or 50% and getting timeses and all this sort of thing, and then you can spend them on these bunch of items. Like sometimes I said there's the chips that you have to use in the stat matrix that obviously lets you like get more powerful and more leveled up and whatnot, and to get certain rewards. And then there's sometimes these like little command things, like the fire dash or whatever, the flare dance, whatever, spark dive, those sort of things. And then there's the exchange such and such for, or exchange for such and such experience or such and such money. Like if you have like leftover SP that you can't put into anything else. But anyway, some of the rewards now in these new area glitch sections that have appeared are freaking hard to get, okay? They're like, I don't know, they're like 60,000 SP or something. The only way I would think of you getting that would be if you like completely betted 50% on each floor challenge and actually completed those piss easy. That's the only way I can see you getting big. Oh, and by the way, speak to this gal, she gives you HMO6 Dive. That's right, motherfucker. Dive is back. But only in this area. Goddamn. Okay, now I'm not gonna enter any of the... I don't know what one it is. Is it this one? This one or this one? It's like... choose which door. And don't let it lead you to the lion's den. So she's not gonna give me the TM for sunny day? Fine, whatever. Anyway, cause yeah, there's a certain door that's gonna lead to something, and I'm not prepared. I'm not even close to being prepared. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. Oh, I didn't mean to battle him. Fuck. Actually, I think he is important. Sort of, to the story, yeah. Richard's Draco, yeah. Okay, so, I'm totally cool with fighting him. Yeah, so trying to get, like, that Keyblade or some of those chips is gonna be annoying as hell, because there's, like, there are also some annoying ones as well, like, to me, like, ignite 10 enemies or 20 enemies, well, that's it, just ignite them, so, you know, set them on fire, or, like, jolt 10 enemies, like, you know, paralyze them. And the only way to do that is, obviously, you know, you choose certain commands, like Thunder, or Thundara, or Fire, that have a chance of setting the foe on fire, or paralyzing them, those sort of things. But I don't want to do that, because it's kind of annoying. There's also another easy one that I find, another easy challenge where it's like, don't use any healing commands or yeah, just like those healing commands or potions, those sort of things. And it's pretty piss easy, because all you have to do is just like remove the cure command from your command board, and that way you're not accidentally like spamming all your commands and you accidentally use it and you fail the challenge. So yeah, that's another one. But yeah, I don't like using that because I have some pretty awesome commands. I have Eruption, I have Shock Fall, I have Zentekken, I have Gravity Drop, and I have Judgment Triad, which, believe you or me, is actually pretty OP. Like, I'm pretty sure when it came to fighting the final boss of Recoded, I think I was spamming some of the commands, and I think 2 Judgment Triads is what finished him off quickly as hell. Which kind of saddens me that it was so easy to defeat him, even though he is the greatest character ever. But anyway, that's beside the point. Recoded is awesome. Lovely game. I'm pretty sure it was some way of tying between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3DS, which I don't have a 3DS. I want to get a 3DS so I can get Tales of the Abyss and Dream Drop Distance. And I think I'm going to lose my voice at some point, but I don't care. This has just been fun. It's not every day that I just randomly go into tangents with topics and whatnot, so actually I've never really done that. Anyway, I'll try and get back on track now. This guy here you can trade him particular items and he will give you money for it. Now, the items that you can give him can only be found underwater. So, yeah. Okay, so that's that guy. Next is the riches. These guys, okay? Now, they're pretty... I wouldn't say they're annoying, but they're quite unique. They're like facing the Elite Four twice over. Okay, and it's kind of a daily thing. So, we fought this kid, Draco, and he came in here. Okay, now it's gone midnight. Well, it's 1/4 midnight now, coming up to. But, okay, so tomorrow, I'll come back and fight him, and then I'm pretty sure it's a girl appears, and then she would want to fight you, okay? So you fight them too. And you come back the next day, you fight him, you fight the girl, and then another person shows up. And this keeps happening, and it fills up the whole table, except... Does it? I think it either fills up the whole table, or, like, no one fills up this seat. I think that's pretty much it. So, they obviously, they get more and more Pokemon, so he only had 1, so the girl would have 2, then the next person would have 3, then 4, then 5, then I think it was one of them. Did they go up to 6 Pokemon? I can't remember. And the levels also go up to like 75 at one point, I think. So that's sort of like, but then you can't battle them after that. That's the disappointing thing. After you've defeated like the last guy here, that's it. You can't fight them again. So it's not like an awesome way of grinding up like levels, which kind of is sad. And oh man, I'm losing my voice. Okay, I don't think this is the house, and it doesn't really matter because we can actually back out of the fight. Oh yeah, okay, so this is pretty interesting. Would you trade my Munchlax with Cinccino? So, that's pretty bizarre, because earlier on in the aftergame stuff, I already traded a Cinccino with another guy, and it was one of those sort of, you fight him later on, because he's grinded up the Cinccino and it's now evolved, and you fight the Pokemon that you traded to him, that sort of thing. So, it's bizarre that there's 2 times in the game where you have to trade the same Pokemon, but you get a different Pokemon in return. I can't remember what the other guy gave me for the Cinccino, but Sadly, I don't have a Chinchino, or I don't think I have. But I will definitely go catch one if it means I get a Munchlax. That would be pretty sweet, I guess. Fun in summer. Beautiful girls playing in the water. Hey, I'm just thinking out loud. Please don't listen to me. I don't think anything you were saying was bad, per se. Let's see, what else have we got here? So it must be the other room, or the other building, so I won't go in there. Hoenn is a nice place. Fuck yeah, it is. For example, do you know a trainer named Steven? Although he is really strong, I hear he collects only stones. We came here from vacation from far away Hoenn during the summer. I do like that, how they're making more of an attempt to reference the other games now, because I don't think they hardly ever did that with the other games. Like, I think there was a rare occasion in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald where they mentioned other regions. I think, maybe. I think they also I think they also slightly did with Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Pretty sure they also did with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, they were trying to make an effort to reference the other regions in that one, like Sinnoh and Hoenn. And I think they're trying to put a bit more effort into this one now. Anyway, won't go into this building just yet, because I'm nowhere near ready. Like, you won't even believe. Like, I would have to do some serious grinding in the Giant Chasm in order to do so. And if you don't know what that is, well, we'll be getting this soon, don't worry. Yeah, we still got a bit more to go in the eastern area of Univers. This is quite a large-ass area. Anyway, I need to heal. And I know I didn't fight that lady back in, back on Route 213, and we didn't actually get the other— oh, that's right, I need to get strength— oh, someone with strength out of the PC. Derp. Derp, 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 derp. Magic derp. Because I want to get that item, because I want to know what it is. If it is the other gram or not. And there was a Pokemon, and I saw a Pokemon when I was looking through for someone at New Cut. I did see someone with strength. I want to know who that is. I think it was someone in here? It was Pikachu, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, get off. Yeah, it's a Pikachu that knows Flash as well, because I needed that for Stride and Cape. Oh, my back hurts so badly, but So, yeah, still got quite a ways to go, but as in, you know, exploring a bit, because there's also a certain final member of an organization that we have yet to— okay, I didn't think that was gonna work. But yeah, there's one last person of an organization that we need to find. And Kricketu, or Kricketot, fighting a level 64 Kricketot with a level 25 Pikachu. Pikachu just looks so cute. Anyway, this is a major fight, so it's no running away from me. Or, you know, I could let Pikachu die, but that would be cruel. That literally would be cruel. That literally would be animal abusity. One, it's a word. Anyway. Fighting these people. And I've been going for like an hour now. I know, I've realized that. Because when I did start out, it was like 11:15, and now it's midnight, midnight, more or less. It's not exactly that time, but it's close to. So I guess this will just be another one of those ToneGeek's Roll of Time thing. Which isn't bad, especially, I guess. I know a lot of people don't watch my content full stop, so I doubt a lot of more people actually watch these hour-long versions. But I do it because I like to do so every so often, just have an episode that's a heck of a lot longer than they usually are. Okay, try and get through this grass without encountering one Pokemon, and I failed. So, Pikachu! How am I escaping from these high-level things? Is it because their stats are pretty crappy because they're in the wild? Like, as you saw in the last episode, I have a Zankus, because you can find those in Route 11 and the Bridge Village, I think, as well, because there's some grass in that place. And I compared it with the one. Okay, so here's the thing: I caught a level 48 Zangoose. I bred it, and I got a shit ton of Zangoose. Anyway, and the Zangoose, the mother Zangoose, the original Zangoose, if you put it that way, is level 52. Okay, so I had this level 1 Zangoose, and I was using that and training up, because obviously when you train up a Pokemon for real, like with experience fighting off wild Pokemon, you get a lot more experience and a lot more EV stats and whatnot. And I compared, and it finally got to level 52, and I compared it with the mother Zangoose. I was checking the stats, and everything but defense, for whatever reason, on the Zangoose that I grinded up from level 1 was higher than that of the mother one. So, like, HP, attack, etc, etc, but not defense. Defense was slightly lower. Only slightly, but that I can't explain. Anyway, we got TM29, was it, for Psychic? Oh, and here's an Absol. And as you know, Absol, I love Absols because they look very beautiful, and obviously I had one in my Emerald team. Aw, I couldn't escape from this? Actually, here's a little bit of trivia. I was originally planned out this Hoenn-based team to take on this certain champion of a region from a previous generation. Yeah, cryptic enough for you? Because I was setting out, it was this road to that champion's name, as I claimed it to be, where I caught this whole team in this area, or near to, and I was just basically grinding them up so that I could take on that person. Long story short, obviously, I never got around to it, because then I restarted the game to do the ToneGeek's Pokémon White Adventure episode. Or series, not episode. And yeah, but I had this whole team plan, man. It was basically all Hoenn based. It was all Pokemon that was specific to Hoenn, pretty much. And Absol was one of them, just saying. But anyway, here we get a Prism Scale, and I'm pretty sure that's the item that you have to give to a Feebas and trade it now in this generation so that you can get a Milotic. So that's where you can find one of them. Another one you can get from a Pokemon Center in one of these areas. It's like either near Undella Town / city / whatever it is, or one of those ones. I can't remember which, but anyway, pushing this rock, and now we have an easy access way to get to this place. But we're not going to explore it just yet. It is the area that has the strongest or highest level Pokemon. I'm pretty sure they do. And my throat is getting really screwed here, but I don't care, because this is fun. It's so fun. It's like a sleepover. It's like, ooh, eat cookie dough and tell scary stories and whatever kids used to do on sleepovers. That sort of thing. Like I would know. And where the hell is this last gram at? I've only got 2 so far. See, I'm off one more. Wingo looks happy. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Tell me where it is. I found it before, because I know. Because it drops something, doesn't it? Wingo does. Where's this? God damn it. I know it's up. Wait, how do I get to that item again? I'm confused. I am literally a dumbass at some point, aren't I? Like, I am so confused as to where I'm going and what I'm doing. Yeah, because there's an old dude, but then it doesn't look like... Does it connect to that? Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Okay, gonna try. Anyway, completely forgot my whole... If I was in the midst of a story, I don't think I was, but... Yeah, I think Giant Chasm has the strongest level Pokemon in the area. Like, I mean, wild Pokemon-wise. Oh, great, and I can't escape. And I can't, like, pass up a turn. Okay, fine. Be that way. So, let's see. Oh, surprise, surprise. Anyway, fuck, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so yeah, Giant Chasm, strongest level Pokemon, especially Ordino, because as I said before, Ordino are basically just HP whores. But the surprising thing is, it's not as fun as I thought it would be for grinding up using Ordinos, because even though they are kind of rare-ish to come across, you have to keep running back and forth, hoping that a patch of grass would start shaking, and that in that patch of grass it would be a... Son of a bitch, that was the last gram. God damn it. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, because, I mean, like I said, the whole EV stat thing, it's just gonna be on HP, nothing else, so... Anyway, let's give this last gram. You heard two flap sounds. I said flap, not fap, perverts. And then it just black screened, or black screened whilst doing that. So Wingo flew away looking happy. Oh, something is on the ground, and we get TM89 U-turn. So that's kind of nice how they throw a nice little kind of quest upon you. It's like, find these 3 items, and in return you get an item. That's nice. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be, if I need strength for any area beyond Undella Town. Like, towards Route... What route are we going to, anyway? Because this is Route 13. And then I think there's Route 14, which apparently there is a certain Sage guy. Oh no, I've given it away. But I think I already might have gotten him, actually. I wasn't... did I? Frankly, I don't even know anymore. Let's see. What are we going into? We're going into Route 14, yeah. Okay, so maybe not. As you can see, it's pretty foggy out. And apparently, even though the fog is in this game, like, some Pokemon can learn the fog. It's just, it won't have any effects outside of battle. Okay, nothing this way. So that kind of sucks. There is apparently, I think sometimes there's a rare occasion where it won't be foggy, but or it could just be that there is one definite time where it won't be foggy, and that will be on your birthday. Ah, isn't that just sweet? In Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you had Lord Lucas O'Dorn ask whether or not it was your birthday, and it'll be like, I knew it was, I heard it from somewhere, or some such. In this game, I think it's also the Pokemon, the Nurse Joy's also like, is today by chance your birthday? I don't think they say it so creepily, but I don't know. But also another added effect is that it won't be foggy. Whoosh! Ah. Oh, I can't feel my neck. Like, I literally have no neck no more. Anyway, I just want to get this item quickly. It's notable. Cool. Yeah, so that's the sort of thing. So who knows? In a few days, there won't be any fog here. In 5 days' time. And in case you haven't gotten the hint by now, it's gonna be my birthday. Greetings to you, strong Pokemon trainer who came to Dragon Spiral Tower. Are you not making friends with Zekrom? Wait, if I had Zekrom in my party, would he say something different? Does he know that I don't want to use Zekrom because I just don't want to use Zekrom? He gives us TMO8, Bulk Up, raises attack. Or does it do more than that? Because I know I accidentally mucked up Double Team by saying that it raises Evanescence, which is a rock band, right? When I meant to say Evanescence. No, Evasion. Fuck, I'm confused now. Evasionness. Evasion? It raises evasion, okay? That's all I'm trying to fucking say. Okay, yeah, it boosts attack and defense. So, yeah. So before someone bites my head off, I'm just letting you know I got it right. Oh, was that all of them then? Curiously, Toku, there is a topic of which we must speak. A report has reached my ears of someone from far here, indeed. This someone has spotted a person like N and a dragon Pokemon. I depart to substitute the substance of this information. Until next time, I say cheers to you. And that does it for the Looker / 7 Sages side quest. So basically you get a shit ton of TMs that boost different stats or lower stats or whatever, that sort of thing. And you find out a little bit of information about N. And considering that Black and White 2 is around the corner, and there was a recent trailer that actually depicts a certain green hair kept wearing guy as in appearing in the game, I would say he does make an appearance. Anyway, I'm gonna call it quits on today so far, because as much as I had fun recording this and just rambling about Kingdom Hearts and whatnot, I don't want to bore you any longer than I need to, so I'm just gonna randomly leave it off here in this foggy ass area. And next time on ToneGeek's Pokémon White Adventure episode, we will continue our search for out here, because I believe there is a shrine somewhere nearby and other stuff. I don't know. I can't remember. I've only played this game once before. And I see an item down there. Don't worry. I will get that item on the next episode. See you guys then. Oh no, I don't have any sort of transition to the outro. Fuck it. Don't care. Bye.